In a world facing unprecedented climate challenges, a new generation rises to the call of justice. Young lawyers.
As lawyers, we often forget that our profession is highly regulated. And we forget the fact that we have RPC, the rules of professional conduct. And the first rule there is our commitment as lawyers is to justice. So it's not you are not engaged as a lawyer to do your client's bidding. If your client, there are rules in our RPC that say that your client cannot advise you or pressure you to do something unlawful. So once you see that they want you to go out of bounds, it is your own duty as a lawyer to tell them that, look, this is against my profession. You are for both sides. Yes, they have hired you, but you are also on the side of justice.
They are the defenders of our planet, the advocates for a sustainable future. From the courtroom to the communities, their mission is clear: to fight for those who can't fight for themselves, to protect our environment for generations to come.
It's very, very important because we're talking about justice issues, and we know that lawyers are trained to actually defend justice, to actually address inequality and see that people get justice. So without lawyers at times to take up our case, it may be a bit very hard for people to get justice. Even in Nigeria, if you have a criminal case, if you don't have a lawyer, there are times that the law insists that the state must get you a lawyer so that they will represent you to ensure that whoever it is before the court has justice served. So it's very important when we're talking about climate justice. The role of lawyer cannot really be removed from it. We need a lot of lawyers to speak up. We need a lot of lawyers to take up climate litigations. We need lawyers also to help us to ensure that laws protect our environment, protect humanity, and then help us to flourish.
I just attended the insightful program that opened my eyes to climate justice, how I can be a great advocate for climate justice, and how I can advocate for a change with respect to our environment.
Well, the Young Lawyers for Climate Justice Cohort is actually a very enlightening and educating event. I enjoyed the conversations that we had surrounding climate justice and the role that lawyers have to play to ensure climate justice. And I also had more grasp of the importance of securing the environment, and also understanding the fact that climate change affects everybody, and we all at some point or in one way or the other need to contribute to ensuring that our environment is safer.
It was an enlightening and educative event. We've been able to learn the impact of human activities on the environment and much more, and now we can participate as lawyers and advocate for climate justice and climate litigation, which I just learned today is an emerging area of law.
Okay, well, the event is an insightful one. For me, well, I have a background knowledge in climate change, climate justice, and what it's all about. So coming into this program is basically to broaden my knowledge, which of course is very important.
Yeah, really mind-blowing. In fact, it's what happened to us beyond my expectation. I have a better knowledge of climate justice now.
The event was insightful and amazing. The facilitators were amazing, and I was able to develop skills about climate justice, and I hope to implement it in my advocacy for climate justice.
Climate justice is a must for every lawyer, especially for me being a young lawyer. Is an area that I have to look into and do more of advocacy in effecting a change. So I'm making up my mind to be one of the active young lawyers advocating for climate justice, especially within our environment.
I would say I enjoyed every part of the event, but I think the highlight for me would be where one of the facilitators was sharing our experience regarding the climate injustice that communities in the coastal areas of Lagos face, and how many of them are vulnerable, and it's made me realize that this is actually real, that a lot of people, a lot of communities are suffering the effects of this climate change, especially the rising sea level. So, and it's it's piqued my interest and sends me a message, or tells me that, oh, I need to, contribute my own quota to this, to climate justice.
So the speakers, great speakers, by the way, the first and the second speaker, especially the first, like Ms. Chiomaya. So she really delved, gave a practical approach to the topic, and it was really very insightful. Yes. Well, for me as a program person, I'm having one or two ideas to present to my management team for some projects. Hopefully to a funding or something, but yes, getting one or two ideas.
I'm now, encouraged to be committed to safeguarding the environment, because at the end of the day, if the environment is not taken care of, we, the people who live in the environment, stay at the receiving end. So I'm better informed on how to keep the environment safe and seek climate justice. Well, the highlight is knowing the depth of atrocity that climate injustice has caused. So now that I know that we don't even have to look beyond the shores of Nigeria, within Nigeria there's a lot of atrocities that have been caused against people and communities.
The highlights that stood out for me is when they talk about climate mitigation and how people around the world have used climate change litigation to compare government and to compare government to be accountable and to take responsibility for their action and to protect the environment.
I appreciate the organizers of this program. This is insightful events. It's something that should not stop. So I want to say thank you to every organization that contributed to this program.
Like I said, I'm interested in the litigation aspect, and I'll look to explore more from different avenues I can get to learn from.
I want to appreciate the organizers of this event, particularly PAGJA, Natural Justice, the Kingdom of Netherlands, the FEMNET, and every other organization that has in one way contributed to the success of this event.
I appreciate the organizers, I appreciate Natural Justice, ICM, ICCDI. I appreciate the government of Netherlands, Kingdom of Netherlands, PANJA, FedNet, and all other sponsors of this event. I encourage them to organize such sensitization programs so that young lawyers will be able to use such skills, hone such skills to drive change.
Well, I'm grateful to the organizers, I'm grateful to the consortia, the members of the consortia. It's an innovative and very impressive section, and they should keep at it because it will help increase knowledge, even not just for young lawyers, it should be across board.
Yes, I thank the organizers, the sponsors, and I hope that they continue to do this so that there will be more sensitization on climate justice.